Give this content a thumbs up by hitting the like button. And subscribe to the channel to get notification of further content regarding GCC past examinations questions and solutions. The ACT questions and recommended solutions. Taken from June 2018 examination. Question 1. Part 1.1. Define the following terms as used in the Occupational Health and Safety Act. 1.1.1 Office means an office as defined in Section 1 of the Basic Conditions of Employment Act, 1983, Act No. 3 of 1983. 1.1.2 Shop means a shop as defined in Section 1 of the Basic Conditions of Employment Act, 1983, Act No. 3 of 1983. 1.1.3 Plant includes fixtures, fittings, implements, equipment, tools and appliances, and anything which is used for any purpose in connection with such plant. 1.1.4 Premises includes any building, vehicle, vessel, train, or aircraft. Part 1.2. Every fatal incident or other incident in which a person suffers the loss of a limb or is likely to be unable for a period of 14 days to work, and any major incident shall forthwith be reported to the Provincial Director. 1.2.1 Name 3 other cases where there was no injury although the health or safety of persons was endangered, which must also be reported to an inspector. Solution. 1. Failure which resulted in flying or falling objects. 2. Failure of controls resulting in machinery moving out of control. 3. Failure or fracture of machine resulting in release of gas under pressure. 1.2.2 In the event of an incident in which a person died, or was injured to such an extent that he is likely to die, or suffered the loss of a limb or part of a limb, no person shall without the consent of an inspector disturb the site at which the incident occurred or remove any article or substance involved in the incident therefrom, provided that such action may be taken as is necessary to prevent a further incident, to remove the injured or dead, or to rescue persons from danger. Name 2 cases when provisions in Question 1.2.1 and Question 1.2.2 above shall not apply. Solution. 1. Traffic accident. 2. Incident in a household. 3. Incident to be investigated in terms of the Aviation Act. Part 1.3. A medical practitioner who examines or treats a person for a disease described in the second schedule to the Workmen's Compensation Act, 1941, Act No. 30 of 1941, or any other disease which he believes arose out of that person's employment, shall within the prescribed period and in the prescribed manner report the case and inform that person accordingly. To whom must the medical practitioner report the case? Solution. Inform the employer, chief inspector, and the concerned person. Question 2. 2.1 When is it a requirement to designate health and safety representatives? Solution. When there is 20 or more people in the workplace. 2.2 Who is eligible for designation as a health and safety representative? Solution. A person employed in full-time capacity. A person well acquainted with conditions and activities in that workplace. 2.3 Your company operates 4 different factories on 4 different premises and at each a different product is manufactured. At Factory A there are 54 employees, at Factory B there are 33 employees, at Factory C there are 99 employees and at Factory D there are 451 employees. How many health and safety representatives must you designate at each of the following factories? Solution. 2.3.1 Factory A. 2 safety representatives. 2.3.2 Factory B. 1 safety representative. 2.3.3 Factory C. 2 safety representatives. 2.3.4 Factory D. 10 safety representatives. 2.4 At which of the above factories must you appoint a health and safety committee? Solution. Where there is 2 or more safety representatives. 2.5 A health and safety committee shall consist of such number of members as the employer May determine from time to time. 2.5.1 How do you determine the number of members of a Health and Safety Committee? Solution. A Health and Safety Committee shall consist of such number of members as the employer may from time to time determine. Provided the following. 1. All health and safety reps shall be members of the committee. 2. Number of persons nominated by the employer shall not exceed the number of health and safety reps. 2.5.2 Where 2 or more health and safety committees have been established in respect of a workplace, on which committee must the health and safety representatives serve? Solution. Each safety representative shall be a member of at least one of the committees. 2.6 How often must a health and safety committee meet? Solution. At least once every 3 months. The Act questions and recommended solutions. Taken from November 2018 examination. Question 1. Part 1.1. Define the following terms as given in the Occupational Health and Safety Act. Danger means anything which may cause injury or damage to persons or property. Hazard means a source of or exposure to danger. Risk means the probability that injury or damage will occur. Safe means free from any hazard. Part 1.2. The Chief Inspector may direct any employer in writing by notice in the Gazette, to prepare a written policy concerning the protection of the health and safety of employees at work. This includes a description of the organization and the arrangements for carrying out and reviewing that policy. 1.2.1 What must accompany such direction by the Chief Inspector? Solution. Guidelines concerning the contents of the policy concerned. 1.2.2 What must the employer do with this policy document? Solution. Prominently display a copy of the policy signed by CEO. Part 1.3. Every employee should take reasonable precautions for the health and safety of himself and of other persons who may be affected by his/her acts or omissions regarding any duty or requirements imposed on his/her employer or any other person by this act. An employee must cooperate with his/her employer to enable that duty or requirement as stipulated in the act to be performed or complied with. Name 3 other such duties imposed on employees at work. Solution. Carry out any lawful order given to him, and obey the health and safety rules and procedures laid down by his employer in the interest of health and safety. If any situation which is unsafe or unhealthy comes to his attention, as soon as practicable report such situation to his employer or the health and safety representative for his workplace. If he is involved in any incident which may affect his health or which has caused an injury to himself, report such incident to his employer as practicable but not later than the end of the particular shift during which the incident occurred, unless the circumstances were such that the reporting of the incident was not possible, in which case he shall report the incident as soon as possible thereafter. Question 2. Part 2.1. If an inspector is of the opinion that the number of health and safety representatives for your workplace or section is insufficient, the inspector may by notice, in writing, direct you to designate such number of employees as he or she may determine as health and safety representatives for that workplace or section thereof. 2.1.1 In what manner will you designate these health and safety representatives? Solution. Consult employee representative regarding arrangement and procedure for nomination and election and term of office of health and safety rep. 2.1.2 May the inspector require you to appoint health and safety representatives when you have fewer than 20 employees? Solution. Yes. Part 2.2. A health and safety representative shall, in respect of the workplace or section of the workplace for which he has been designated, be entitled to participate in any internal health or safety audit and in so far as it is reasonably necessary for performing his functions, inspect any document which the employer is required to keep in terms of this act. Name 3 functions a health and safety representative should perform. Solution. Review the effectiveness of health and safety measures. Identify potential hazards and potential major incidents at the workplace. In collaboration with his employer, examine the causes of incidents at the workplace. Investigate complaints by any employee relating to that employee's health or safety at work. Part 2.3. The employees nominated by an employer on a health and safety committee shall be designated in writing by the employer. 2.3.1. For which period is the employees nominated by an employer on a health and safety committee? Solution: as determined by the employer. 2.3.2. For which period are the health and safety representatives members of the committee? Solution: the health and safety reps shall be members of the committee for the period of their designation in terms of Section 17(1) of the Act. Part 2.4. In the event of an incident in which a person died, or was injured to such an extent that he is likely to die, or suffered the loss of a limb or part of a limb. 2.4.1. What may you do at the site of the incident? Solution: take action as necessary to prevent further incident and rescue persons from danger. 2.4.2. What shall you not do at the site of the incident? Solution: remove any article or substance involved in the incident. Part 2.5. When one of your employees does or omits to do an act which would be an offense in terms of Section 37(3) of the Act for you, the employer, to do or omit to do, what will the employee's legal position be? Solution: will be held liable for such an act or omission. He shall be convicted and sentenced as if he were the employer or user. The end of questions and recommended solutions for Legal Knowledge Exams Year 2018. Thank you.